Welcome back, everybody. Now, we're into the semifinal round at Houston in the Astrodome. We've already seen a lifetime of racing, but we're not done yet. We get to watch a well-rested Bigfoot go up against my pick of the day, Clydesdale, as the Final Four gets underway. Then the brand-new Auto Value Special takes on our old pal Johnny K in the Buffalo Tremor. Once again, Joe Lowe describes the action.
Andy Brass and Bigfoot out of St. Louis, Missouri. Bennett Clark and Clydesdale out of Powder Springs, Georgia, to the starting line. The Chevy and Ford, remember they have to turn, and Bigfoot, I gotta tell you, has the ability to manipulate all around this track. Bennett Clark has a lot of trouble moving that big truck. Bigfoot's across the finish line. Bennett's still trying to get around the turn. Bigfoot moves to our final. Andy Brass and Bigfoot makes it to the championships here in Houston, and this truck just cannot do anything wrong here in Houston at the Astrodome. Bigfoot with a big win over Clydesdale. Next up, Johnny K and the Buffalo Tremor against Scott Stevens and the brand new Auto Value Racer. Who's it gonna be, crowd? Buffalo Tremor or Auto Value? Auto Value with the lead. Johnny K has to play catch-up. They're going into that turn. Now remember, Scott Stevens is in a brand new truck. Johnny K's been behind the wheel of Tremor for a long time. Makes it through that turn first. Can he hold on? Yes. Yes, the win goes to Johnny K and the Buffalo Tremor. It's going to be a Bigfoot Tremor final at the Astrodome. But Johnny K almost lost it. Scott Stevens, if he had been able to dial in earlier and get more feel behind the wheel of this truck, he could have defeated Buffalo Tremor and gone up against Bigfoot. Another 3 or 4 feet, he would have been there. Ken BROO, we've got a championship coming up in the Astrodome.
The BROO curse, it's still in full bloom. Clydesdale is out. So here's the way the final shakes down. Bigfoot, which whacks my pick, takes on the Buffalo Tremor. It's amazing, after all those trucks, we're down to 2. And we'll be back for that final when Monster Truck Challenge continues in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, to Houston. I guess it's only appropriate. It all started with Bigfoot so many years ago in St. Louis. Bigfoot deserves to be in the finals. And the rumble you hear belongs to Buffalo Tremor. That's a truck that's had a pretty fair day itself. Now, if he isn't tongue-tied, here's Joe Lowe to call the ultimate final from the ultimate day of racing.
The crowd is on their feet in the Houston Astrodome. Bigfoot and Buffalo Tremor ready to go. Jim Clark caught up with Andy Brass a moment ago.
The truck seems like it's running pretty good. The track's getting a little bit better. Guys are getting used to the track here. We're kind of getting dialed in, getting a few more runs on ourselves here. We're feeling more familiar with the track, so the guys are going to start running a little bit harder. Coming down on Buffalo. Buffalo's been running pretty good today. You know, he's got a good truck. He's one of the new suspension trucks, and he's learning how to drive the truck and been doing a real good job with it. So he's going to be a good run.
That's what's going on in the Bigfoot camp. Let's go over to the Buffalo Tremor camp right now, where Jim Clark talks with John KWASNIEWSKI.
How's it feel going up against Bigfoot?
It's always tough to go against him. I mean, he's got the best trucks there is, so we're just going to give it all we got.
Anything special you're going to do to the truck before you get out there, or just you happy with the way it's running?
We're happy with the way it's running, and with what happened with the last couple rounds, we're just going to do what we can do.
John KWASNIEWSKI and Buffalo Tremor, Andy Brass and Bigfoot. We promised you excitement. Here it comes from the Astrodome. Bigfoot takes a big lead, but don't count Buffalo Tremor out just yet. Around the turn they go. Side by side, Buffalo Tremor catches up to Bigfoot. They pour it on, and Bigfoot opens up a lead and picks up the win. In the Houston Astrodome, no doubt about it, it's all Bigfoot and Andy Brass. Andy Brass with the win on our Monster Truck Challenge from the Astrodome. Here's how he did it. Off the line. Over the cars. Whoop. Watch that little hill. Now make that turn. Andy Brass can do this in his sleep. He is an expert with the rear steer. Bob and Marilyn Chandler's truck gives him the power he needs to pick up the win. And Andy Brass, a great driver, Bigfoot, a great truck, combined for a win here in Houston. As Andy comes down to talk to ESPN's Jim Clark.
All right, Andy Brass, Bigfoot number 10, first time out and a big win here in the Houston Astrodome.
Yeah, it was, and I want to thank you. The old Ford was running good for us tonight, thanks to guys like Ford, BDS, CF Axles there. We was able to make the power, put it to the ground here thanks to the Firestone tires. We did a good job. It was a good run here at the end. We started to get a little bit concerned in the corner, but we just kind of had to keep it cool a little bit, make the corner nice, and just hope we could pick up a little bit of speed and straight away.
What's next for Bigfoot 10?
Well, the next trip will be out to Oregon, and that's where we're heading. We're going to just try to do a little bit, go back to the shop now, do a little bit more fine-tuning, watch the tapes here. And like I say, we'll just fine-tune the truck a little bit more. It's just first show really big for the truck. So like I say, right now, it's just